Had kind of a neat conversation this morning on the phone with somebody. They're asking, hey, when you got the camera out and stuff, how do you know what to say? I said, well, just like talking to anybody else, and I'm talking to my friends, which is you guys, just talk like you would any normal person. They asked, hey, Daddy Cornstar. Well, they said my actual name, but have you ever thought about dumpster diving? Well, if you want to dive in our dumpster, feel free to do it, because with the grandkids living here and stuff, you'll probably find a lot of stinky, dirty diapers. Trying to figure out why there's mud on the door there, but probably find a lot of dirty, stinky diapers. And if you guys are into that, I guess you can go ahead and dump in our dumpster. Whew. Yeah, I wonder what Cole Cooper drove home last night. Cooper's truck's here. Cooper's everything's here, and unless Cooper's here somewhere and I don't see him. Anyhow, we have a grave to dig today, so we're gonna get gathered around, get our stuff that we need for that. You guys can come along. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, so hopefully we don't have any wind, so I'll be able to film today. Seems like lately it's been like a hurricane out there. See, I need to find a cord quick. I'll tell you what we're doing from here on. We are in the little mini hoe, the little Bobcat 60E series. We got 2 graves to dig today. The funerals are in a couple days, but they're talking a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow. So me and Cooper thought, you know what? Let's get this stuff done today. We have 2 funerals in the same cemetery, which for moving equipment around, it saves have to load things up, go down to a different cemetery. We have no control of that. That's the way this one worked out. I actually know these 2 people very well, so one of them things. But you know, in these small towns, usually you kind of know about everybody. So let's get set up here, and we got to get out and probe things and figure out what we need to do. Ah, shoot, I hit the wrong switch. No, maybe not. I accidentally shut the machine off. I didn't realize it would start as soon as I hit the key. We're gonna probe and see what we can find. And the reason I say probe, one person's already buried here, so we want to find the vault so we can rub right beside it. Springtime like this, when the ground's soft, we don't want to get cave off if we can prevent it. So if we can rub the other vault when we're digging, it just keeps things from caving in, plus it keeps the graves tighter together, and it puts everybody by their loved ones. And then too, when you probe it, find out where everything's at, it prevents digging over and hitting another vault. Ah! Now we're hitting it there. One thing I do miss with the backhoe compared to the mini hoe, the backhoe you have stabilizer arms on the back. So if you're on a hill, you can push one side down further to level it out. The mini hoe, you can't do that. So I don't know if we're gonna need to bring some blocks sometimes when we're on little hills. That's the only thing right now that I can see, that if I'm on a hill, to get it straight. Kind of show you how we load the dirt on the skid loader right now. Right now, just since the ground's kind of soft, we're using a skid loader, putting the dirt in the skid loader, bringing it up to the dirt pile. Over here, the ground looks nice and moist. Nice dirt. That is one thing about grave digging. We never know what kind of weather we're going to run into, what kind of dirt. Is it going to cave off? If there's going to be a big rock in there. Every grave can be a challenge, but today with the weather nice and stuff, that really helps a lot. We're not fighting the elements. It's supposed to be like 72 degrees today. It just makes for things a little easier. Now if we had our little dirt truck here or a little dump box, we could dig this pretty fast. But like I said, we got to haul the dirt away with the skid loader. That's just the way we're doing it today. And I did not realize the camera was zoomed in close. Try to get everything cleaned up so when the family comes, the tent man can set up, not be in a bunch of dirt. I was kind of looking in here. We're getting awful squeezed on some of these graves. Even to get our little mini hoe in here makes it a challenge. But you know what? We're up to challenges, and sometimes you just got to figure out different ways to get in, and that's just part of the ball game. You do what works. Got to be a little careful on this one. We're digging over a stone, and then if you see here, there's not a lot of room from that stone to that stone, so it just makes it some really tight quarters. And I really worry about some of these cemeteries. They are squishing us in so bad. Wintertime digging, it really makes it hard, really hard. The last grave I was at, I don't know, I must have been in a hurry. I got everything covered up, cleaned up, got the stuff at home, the equipment. When I went to cover the grave, I couldn't find the next day my shovel, my tape measure, none of my tools. Well, took out some different tools, rakes, shovels, whatever. But when I got over to the cemetery, here everything of mine was still sitting by the stone where I left them the night before. That's one nice thing. A lot of these cemeteries, people respect what's out here and you just leave what's not yours, I guess. So we're gonna get this one cleaned up and get her covered up. And like I said, this funeral won't be for 2 days, but they're talking a good chance of rain tomorrow, maybe 50-mile-per-hour winds. Just nice to get everything done so we're not tearing up the grass. And then if it rains tomorrow, it can rain, and the next day it can be drying. But I guess the first grave we dug, that one will be in 2 days. This one will be in 3 days. I normally, and I don't show inside the grave, down in the hole, for respect to the families and stuff. That's their, well, that'll be their resting place for the rest of our lives, I guess, or however you want to say it, but that is their resting area for the rest of the time. So I do respect that, and that's why I know I've had people ask me, hey, can you show down inside the grave what it looks like? I just, certain things I guess you'd just rather not do, and it's something that a lot of people ain't around, is the grave digging stuff and, you know, what goes on out here at the cemetery. So that's kind of why we tell what goes on, what we kind of deal with. And each grave can be different on some of the challenges sometimes. Whoa! Well, there goes Cooper. I just gave Cooper a big thank you for helping me, or us working together as a team to get these open. I know sometimes Cooper has a lot of other things he's trying to get done too, getting ready for field work. So sometimes to take a little time away from the shop, I know he's probably wanting to work at home and stuff. So that's why I want to make sure I give him a big thank you. And he's always pleasant and always like, hey, not a problem. There again, sometimes that extra little thank you, we take it for granted sometimes that when we need help. And like I said, this is a farm family operation. We work together, but we still all got our own favorite little areas we like to work at.